May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kryptonite Show and your host Superman in the house. And yeah, been off for 2 days because we've got some work around the studio. So just the way it goes. Sometimes you have to take a few days off. Just would have been too darn gone noisy. So we're back though. We're back, and here we are. So get into it. We've got a great show, guys. It's going to be packed full of goodies. I hope you guys enjoy it. I thought, yeah, we're going to pack it full of goodies on the way back for the first show back. So awesome stuff. Now, the first thing I'd like you to do is get out there and just repost the show on X, boost it out there on YouTube as well. We are streaming on 3 YouTube channels and on X as well. So big shout out to everybody there. Hope you guys are enjoying it. And don't forget to subscribe and follow. It really does help a lot with the algorithm and pump your own bags, as you say. We're going to be covering a lot of stuff today. We're going to get the stock market. We're going to talk about the CPI. We're going to get into crypto, of course, with Bitcoin. We're going to have Bitcoin targets with Tom Lee and, of course, Michael Saylor from Strategy. We're going to get into the big boys. We're going to talk about the ETH acquisitions going on right now, the big one from Bitmind disclosure, and then we're going to get into Richard Hart dropping alternate alpha as well. Marketing promotions are starting to kick in. We're seeing a little bit of that on X and, of course, on Reddit and places like that. So packages starting to land from the looks of it. We're also going to get into PulseChain with all the market updates, as well as the official announcement for CoinWell, Rick and Michelle's a big corporate utility launching on PulseChain and multi-chain. So we're going to get into that as well. Then we're going to get into the PulseChain markets, and we're going to wrap it up with the huge monster thread number 18. So a big shout out to MBS Crypto, the editor-in-chief and the promotional lead for the Kryptonite Show. Number 18 is out. That's 18 weeks, guys. So we're going to finish off the show with a quick look through that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be a fun show, as you can tell. It's going to be packed full of goodies, no doubt. Well, let's see who's in the chat there as well. Without further ado, let's catch up on the chat and see who's in there before we get going. So we got Wookie in the house there. Wookie is back on the ground. Hey, good to see you, Wookie. Hope you're doing well too. Feels a little bit weird. I've just had 2 days off, but it feels a little bit weird. Yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Morning all. Good to see you, Q-Baller. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat. Always a good regular, and we always appreciate that. Missed you, Superman. I appreciate that as well. Likewise, it is good. You know, daily shows 8 p.m. Eastern, but every so often I have to take some days off for certain reasons, generally because of things that are out of my control. So, but we're back. We're only human, right? They're only human. Life gets in the way sometimes. That sometimes happens. We're Christine in the house as well. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everyone is doing well indeed. Always a pleasure to have Christine in the house there. Very cool. So welcome. All right. So don't forget as well, get out there, share the show out on X and on YouTube. Let's go. And don't forget to follow as well. Now, I guess I haven't done this for a while, but if you guys haven't gotten the Strategy Club, the link is in the video description. Wookie might post his link in the chat there, but join up today. Only $35 a month. Fantastic value. We've got monthly reports, which I got to do. The last one, a little few days behind that because of the things that have been happening around the house. But we'll try and get that out today. We just got the monster thread out yesterday. So yeah, get in there on Strategy Club. Absolutely amazing. We pass intel in there all the time as well. Strategy chats, and of course the Kryptonite Show top 10. So get in on all that. That is all the alpha drops there. And I say a lot of stuff I don't say online, I say in there. So get in there, folks. Now, the other thing, of course, is if you want to just be a community member, it's only $12.50 a month as well in our Discord. And also, if you want to get into Telegram, that's free. You can join Telegram as well. And we've got lots of developers and founders and people like that inside our Telegram. It's pretty packed full of them, actually. So if you want to reach out to people there, there's a lot of people that you probably want to talk to. So kind of cool. All right. What else? Let's get into it. So that was our preamble, was it? That's our preamble. Wiki says even Super needed a day to get over the night season. Yeah, bored nights. I feel sorry for Brendan out there. They got crushed, didn't they? Got the spoon, did they? Get the spoon? All right. Without further ado, let's get into the show. Just going to make sure they've actually set things up actually properly, because yeah, let's see if I've got that. Actually, looks okay. All right, let me have a look. Okay, that's all set up. So let's go. Let's get it, and we are looking good. What happened? I'm back. How'd that happen? I'm back. All right, so let's go. Let's go. I think we're going good now. So stock market today. The Nasdaq rides rally. Chip stocks doing well to close record high. So that's pretty good news. We got the Dow Jones up 0.25%, 114 points to 45,514. We're at the S&P 500. We got that up 0.1%, 13 points to 6,495. And we got the Nasdaq up 0.5%, 98 points to 21,798. So yeah, let's have a look at the history on all these. Let's go to the Dow Jones. You can see the little chart there. I hope you guys can see that. But we're basically at all-time highs there. S&P 500. I think we're pretty much there as well. Let's have a look at the out-year chart. Yeah, we're pretty much at the top there. We've bounced to there a couple of times. And then the Nasdaq, let's go to the max for the Nasdaq, and we can see that we're pretty much at the top there. Look at that, beautiful, man. And let's go to the year so we can just sort of see actually where we are. Yeah, right up there. Look at that, pushing higher, about to break another high. So crazy stuff. Stock market there, re-rating. The argument would be that, we've got an AI boom and other converging technologies like robotics, software, and, of course, potentially, I guess, power. We don't hear much about power, but we're thinking about power, batteries and things like that. If you're going to have a lot of autonomous, AI robots running around, then you got to have some sort of battery system, right? So that's the other magic piece of sauce there to make them all go. So we don't hear much about this, kind of a geeky kind of topic, but I guess they're going to have like cobalt, lithium batteries and things like that, 10,000 cycles sort of stuff or something, that sort of ideas, those sort of ideas there. So that's kind of where we are right now. The dollar index at the moment is 97.37. That is looking good. I would appreciate that a little bit. So I think probably where they want it to be. West Texas there, $60.46, and Brent oil at $66.21. And as I understand it, the average price for a gallon in the United States is heading towards $2. And Trump yesterday said that he could see it going below $2. So let me know in the chat there if that's something you've experienced in the United States. Obviously, in New Zealand we have liters. I think it's about 2.2 liters or something per gallon. Something I can't remember exactly. Something like that. Yes, so let us know in house. We've got silver at the moment. Gold at the moment. It's 3,673. And that is doing pretty well also. Let's see, go to gold there, sorry. Go to gold. Gold is pushing new all-time highs. So it's doing pretty well. Silver, of course, is also pushing up towards that high. Remember, the 2011 was the previous high, $48. And here we are at the moment at $41.90. And we've been talking about this on the channel, what would it be, 18 months? Something like that. We've been talking about it going to 75 to 125 in the Trump era, right? And it's heading that way. So yeah, pretty good break. So that's a big range, 75. But we were down at 18 or 16. So that's a pretty big call there. And of course, we know Rich Dad Poor Dad has been big on gold and silver as well as crypto. So the big news there, obviously, NVIDIA doing well, the biggest, most valuable company in the world. Amid high expectations, AI demand commentary on the call was bullish, and management's out-year growth framework supports our view that earning per share is tracking towards $10. So that's to do with some of the calls there from NVIDIA and Broadcom. So bullish outlook for AI, and we know AI is going to be a big theme in crypto. Right, we've got lots of projects, and we've been covering some of the top projects on crypto, and they have been, obviously, AI is going to be a mega category this season, this cycle. Now, the other one thing, of course, we're looking forward to is the CPI, right? So the focus this week will be squarely on the Consumer Price Index, inflation data for August. The print is expected to reflect some of the inflation effects of Trump's tariffs, given that a bulk of them took effect last month. Trump's tariffs are expected to be borne by U.S. importers, a trend that could underpin local inflation. Now, it just depends what the tariff is, right? Because a lot of them they're not inflationary. So, yeah, like steel and things like that. Due out on Thursday, the data from the Labour Department's is anticipated to show that prices grew by 2.9%. That is the inflation rate expected, accelerating slightly from 2.7. So we'll see what happens there. The Producer Price Index, which is kind of like the think of it, the factory prices is what sometimes they call it, the warehouse prices kind of thing. Producer Price Index inflation data is also due this week. So we're getting retail and we're getting, basically factory prices. While the inflation data is unlikely to factor in the Fed's September rate decision, it is likely to affect the Fed's stance toward future easing, and that's very important, obviously, crypto is very reliant on the interest rates. And of course, the basic premise is lower interest rates means that people will look for more risk, and therefore they go to risky asset classes like stocks, potentially commodities, and of course, crypto. That's kind of the logic there. Now, with that, of course, monetary policy, we're in that sort of phase of a new monetary policy era. And that is also, we're seeing record monetary printing and should expect that to continue. That's kind of the ramp up there. So more money, low interest rates, and means more speculation and higher risk seeking, higher reward seeking. So crypto bodes well for that. Central bank has repeatedly warned that inflationary risk from Trump's tariffs could delay future rate cuts. And of course, we haven't really seen too much of that, but we'll see what happens with the CPI print coming up on Thursday. Now, the other thing, of course, is the interest rates. Let's have a quick look at that. Interest rates, we've got 1 week and 1 day to go. Remember when we had 6 weeks? We had 6 weeks. Now we're down to 1 week and 1 day, 17 hours, and that's on the 17th September. We have 92.6% of the market expecting a 25 basis point cut, which is quarter percentage point cut there. So from 4.5 to 4.25, that's where we're expecting to go. But some people are talking about, 50 basis points, 100 basis points, which is 1 percentage point. And we should definitely be going that. That's where we should be. We should be going down by quite a bit. Now, how the market would digest such a big move? Well, I would think, pretty well. So we'd probably get a lot of big pumpy days, pumpy moves on that news. We do have 7% of the market expecting 50 basis points at the moment, so we'll see. But definitely, it would be very hard for even the Democrat pal to try and play politics at this moment. I think it's really up against him, and wouldn't bode well, even more so for him. October at the moment, we've got 25 basis points priced in there, so that would be 50 basis points by the time we get to October. And we've got 6% expecting another 75 basis points by then. December, we've got 75 basis points priced in now, 70% of the market, and even 5% of the market expecting 100 basis points, which is really, really low right now. So I'm expecting that to probably be much higher, at least 50 basis point higher, which would be 1.5%. That would take us down from 4.5 to 3%. And if inflation's 2.9, 2.7, that fits pretty well, a 1-to-1, normally a pretty good rule of thumb. So at the moment we're really high and really late, and we've seen some mixed results in the employment. Employment results may have kind of flattened out though. We will see, and because we've got Secretary Bessent talking about a pickup in jobs from the back end of third quarter, maybe into the fourth quarter, certainly into 2026, as a lot of the policies from the tax and capital write-offs and things like that start to kick in. Obviously, it takes time to build factories and things like that, but they're doing them really fast because they're cutting all the red tape. So whatever the rule of thumb was in the past, maybe 3 years, is now 1 year, that sort of thing. Things can be done a lot faster. We've obviously free from the fake, climate change nonsense that we're being restricted to in the net zero, all that nonsense that we had put up with. So pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Let's see. That's pretty much our stock market and economic news coverage. I hope you guys found that interesting. But it's always good to be informed and to check things out, isn't it? Because it does in fact impact crypto. Crypto, does tend to move as a beta of the stock market. So just take note of that. And we also have the wealth effect, right? We don't often talk about, obviously, the wealthier people get in stocks, the more money they've got to flow into crypto as well, right? And we're seeing, obviously, that with all the mega themes that we do getting into crypto. So that's pretty cool. Let's jump back into some of the comments that we got in the chat there. We got O'Grimpy in the house here. He's got Bria token equals CoinWell AI. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's some little secret sauce there. CoinWell will have an AI, and apparently it's called Bria. Who else knows? Is there something else on PulseChain called Bria? Let us know. Grumpy, do you know what's in there? What is something else that's so Coin AI? That's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Pretty cool as well. Hex down under. Superman, I'll come over to New Zealand once we make gains and can go hunting for deer. Would you be keen? Yeah, that'd be something I'd be looking at for sure. I might actually be down in the South Island at that stage, so that's deer country. That's down where Wookie the Tourist Slayer lives. So yeah, that's definitely possible. Wookie the Tourist Slayer in the house with the Strategy Club today. Hey, good one. Good to see you, Wookie. Big shout out there. Yeah, if you want to join the Strategy Club, I'll use a Wookie's link there right there. Click, or the one in the video description is fine. I don't have that. If you're on X, I think it's pinned at the top. You have to go to the top of the profile, and then we've got all the links there. So I think if you want to get in the Strategy Club from there on X, you have to go to the top of the profile, join up to date, and we'll see you in there. See you in there. We've got the best community, honestly, best sub community ever out there. We've got such a good bunch of people in the Discord. It's well worth joining up, and you can share the journey. We've pretty much witnessed everything on PulseChain. It has been amazing. Some of the stuff we've had sessions on. We've seen every sort of event. We've watched it on the charts. We've shared the experience. It's been crazy. We've taken opportunities. It is crazy time there as well. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get into crypto. And this is we've got lots of alpha drops here, so let's get into it. We're going to go full screen on this one, and then I've got to remember to go back to small screen as well. We got Pesky Girl in the house there. The best, the best. What is the best? You're the best. I'm the best. PulseChain's the best. Bria Token's the best. What's the best there, Pesky Girl? Let us know. Let us know. Great to have you in that chat there. All right, let's go. We're getting at the market here. We've got 3.968 trillion is the market cap right now, up 1%. We got coins, 18,660 coins on CoinGecko. Now we know Rackham Shell, not only CoinWell, but he's going to have a coin ranking site, and I'm really excited about that. I really hope that that will compete with these big established ranking sites like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, who have gatekept PulseChain and Hex for a long time. It'll be very refreshing, and obviously, as PulseChain influencers, many of us will probably take up the charge to utilize that to expand its reach in the ways that we can. So that would be pretty cool. We got Bitcoin at the moment, $112,000, up 0.9%, so almost 1% up. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. We got Ethereum at the moment is up 0.3% at 4,300. We got XRP at number 3, up 3.5% at $2.96. We got BNB at number 5 there, down 0.2% at $878. And we got Solana at number 6, up 4.1% at $213. Nice little move for Solana. A little bit of obviously considered the meme coin chain. Now, interesting enough with that, we've got X1 coming, right? Which is as far as I know, the first full system state copy. No, it's a system copy. It's just a fork. Fork of Solana will be X1 from Jack Levin, the vampire, as they call him, the vampire. And so, yeah, that's coming up. So we're looking forward to that. That could be pretty huge. And we know XDEX is going to be launching on top of that too, as for the first DEX. And I'm sure there'll be lots more there. So that'd be pretty cool. We got, what do we got? We got there a Dogecoin at number 9, up 6.5%. Big move for Dogecoin, 24 cents. And then we've got Cardano or ADA there, up 4.3% as well, up at 86 cents there as well. So looking pretty good. Tron has been pushed down. I'm pretty sure Tron was higher than that, right? Yeah, Tron's been pushed down, flipped by Cardano. So we've had a few flippings between Doge, Cardano, and Tron. I must say Doge is starting to break away now, 36.6 billion. Cardano and Tron all both around the 31.5 billion there. Tron just being flipped at the moment. So that's kind of where we are at the moment on the top 10. Top best performer is Dogecoin after the last 24 hours. Over the last week, the best performer is Dogecoin as well, up 17.6% on the old Doge. So Elon must be happy about that. Top 100, we got number 82 is MYX Finance. That's up 1,271%. Massive new entry there because that's got to have only just launched, right? So that is crazy. That has gone to number 82, up at 1,271%. What a move. What an absolute move there. We got Mincore there right now, up 170% for the week. OMG, that has already been performing well. Number 47, we've got a change in the guard in the top 100. We see that every cycle. Are they going to hold on to the position, though? That's the question, right? After such a big run up. We got WorldCoin there at number 52, is up 83%. Pump Fund is up 44% at number 85. Big shout out to Crypto Casino out there. If you're watching it all, he's going to be launching his own coin on Pump.fun. I saw his video yesterday. So big shout out to Crypto Casino. We got Athena there at number 39, is up 26%. So we've got some good moves here. But I want to make a little note of some of the others here. We've got Pudgy Penguins up 21% right now, and Hyperliquid there as well, up 18%, just a bit lower there. So some big moves there from those ones. Now let's look at the top 1,000. We can see that MYX has moved in because it's moved from above 100 to below 100 from the looks of it. It is up. It is trend. It is top gainer here, along with OpenLedger and CodeData. So let's have a quick look at MYX as well. That's pretty crazy. This has only been around since 6th of May this year, so not too long. And suddenly it got moved out of nowhere from $1.30 to $13.53. What the fudging mudging, as they say. It's now $1.8 billion market cap. This is on BSC chain. Let's have a go look at the website there. I'm not sure of the news. You're going to have to check X and stuff, why it's hyper pumping. Trade alpha permissionless, where the future of perpetuals happens. So there we go, perpetual trading platform. Big move there. Pretty smooth looking site. This is sort of the site that Rick and Michelle will be launching, right? It's sort of a very corporate-y, sort of site. You're probably even slightly more corporate than this, actually. So that is, you got trading, all that sort of stuff. So I guess it's in the kind of the hyperliquid category, GMX category, isn't it? Something like that. So big move in this stock. Look at that. Phew. Staking. They got referrals as well, bridging, airdrops here. I'm not sure who's open for the airdrops. We've got the airdrops there as well. Claim your MYX rewards and be part of the next chain. So I'm not sure what the qualifications are for that, but they got that there. You might want to check that out. Maybe, yeah. I don't know whether they've done it an open airdrop or an activity airdrop on the platform. So there we go. They've got an earning platform as well. Smart liquid pool. So got 31 million TVL in there. Total earnings 20 mil. Pretty nice site, right? Pretty nice site. So if you're a developer on PulseChain, I think the more sites that, we don't need all sites to look sort of blue, crispy, clean, smooth, corporate fine, but I think we need more of them. We do have some really cool sites in PulseChain. We do probably need a few more, and of course that CoinWell's coming as well. That's a few little feedback there. All right, so that is MYX there. Not bad. Let's jump over to CoinGecko and have a look at that one. So we've got Open Ledger. It's also on the move, up 175%. That is at number 258, so still pretty high ranking. And that has been around since September the 9th. So that's pretty much it. Just today, is it? Out of nowhere. It's at 258, Open Ledger. And that's on Ethereum. And let's have a quick look at the site, openledger.xyz. So it's just launched, so it might be worth checking out. But man, not too bad. Ecosystem, Open Circle product. They got the test, explore the test net there. Open Ledger is the AI blockchain, unlocking liquidity to monetize data, models, and agents. Looks pretty cool too, isn't it? This is another very slick site. Look at the site, very slick site here. Open Ledger Chain is the foundation for Trust AI. That's pretty cool. It looks like it's actually been built by a AI web designer, doesn't it? Doesn't look like that. Built on on-chain markets, transactions, etc. Open Ledger there. So kind of cool. Visit the product. Okay, we'll go visit the product. Let's have a look there. Open Laura there, Model Factory. It looks really cool, doesn't it, actually? It looks really cool. That's why we look at some of these things, right? To see what's out and about them. That is pretty slick there. Open Ledger ecosystem. Not bad. Look at that. That's pretty badass there. All right, so while we're checking it out, and looks like it's launched today. Might want to check the Twitter as well for more information. But we're just having a quick look at what's moving. And those two are pretty impressive straight out of the gate, both those two. WorldCoin at number 47, so we're in the top 100 here. Has been around for a lot longer than those other two. So been around since the last bull market, July 23. And it's just coming off the bottom right now. It was down at 96 cents. It's down at $1.80. It's on Ethereum as well. And WorldCoin, many of you may already know WorldCoin since it's been around for a couple of years. The real human network. Universal. We saw AI, and now we've got human network. And we've got switch around here. Universal proof of human finance and connection for every human there. World is being built so every human benefits from the age of AI. Well, there's going to be a lot of benefits, but it's also the counterfactual, right? Which is they take over the world, Terminator, or some people use them to take over the world. It's one of those scenarios. So trending there, we've got MYX Finance, WorldCoin, and Notcoin are trending right now on the old crypto there on CoinGecko. So yeah, 3.96 trillion is the market cap. Bitcoin at $111,758 and Ethereum at $4,300. We've got some big movers today in the top gainers, MYX Finance and Open Ledger there at the moment. So kind of cool. That's going to lead us into Bitcoin. So we're going to change view here. We're going to get into some of the comments too. Pesquiel says, you are the best. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Pesquiel. Much appreciated. And of course, and so is the community, right? The community is king, as we say, community is king. The Warriors are the best. The Warriors are the best. Well, they've got to prove it yet. Wookie. Because they've got to win the grand final, don't they? Which they have not managed to do. They always get psyched out but that's it. We'll see after this weekend, Wookie, on the spot. Yeah. Keep all the notes. Hit those likes, folks. Hit those likes indeed. Appreciate that. So big shout out for that. Yeah. Right, I think that was it. I've just accidentally changed the wrong view here, but we're going to move on to the next thing, and that is we've got big news, right? So let's get into the big news. Where are we going to go here? So I think we're going to do it in a certain order. So let's go talk about what just happened. So Bitcoin at the moment. So strategy, as you guys know, Michael Saylor. Strategy there is acquired another 1,955 Bitcoin. They keep buying. He said he's going to keep buying. He's going to be buying for years. And of course, the more capital they get, the more capital they can invest, raise and invest. They're really breaking the laws of finance here. 217 million at an average price of 111,000. So they're buying their Bitcoin, 270 million, just like that. Funded via ATMs, net proceeds 200 million Mister and 5.2 million Strategy K and 11.6 million Strategy F there. So Strategy's total holdings now 638,460 Bitcoin. They have got 64% of the amount that Nakamoto has, haven't they? He's got 1 million. It's just sitting there privately. So that is it. They have paid billions and billions to get there. They're on the way up. So pretty impressive. That is from the strategy. Now we're going to play a couple of videos here on the target price. Now the title of the video is Tom Lee Bitcoin target 200,000. That is almost a doubling from this year. In fact, I believe his target actually closer to 244k, at least at the top of the cycle. So yeah, it's huge. Let's get into it. So let's play the video from Tom Lee on his expectations for where Bitcoin will go this year.
Hey, Tom, Bitcoin, before we let you go, tell us what you think. We're at about $111,000. The upside, the downside from here?
Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies like Ethereum are super sensitive to monetary policy. So I think that September 17th is an important catalyst. Crypto typically does really well in the fourth quarter. So I think Bitcoin can easily get to 200,000 before year end. I know it's a big move. It's almost a double. But that's also going to be
a double from here. Let's just hold on. Let's just take a quick pause. A double from here. So everybody's listening to this. We're at $111,000, and you think by Christmas time, effectively, we could be at 200,000.
So just remember these guys from CNBC. These guys have been hypercritical about crypto over the years, and they've always been stock market maxis, bond maxis, and so things are turning a lot. And these guys are still, you can still see them kind of turning. Really, can we really do this 2x in the crypto? Well, welcome to crypto. That's all we can say.
That's right. One of the reasons Bitcoin stalled this year is the Fed's been on pause for 9 months. That pause all year, if you look at an easing cycle, that's only happened 2 other times, in 1998 and 2024, where the Fed began to resume cuts in the fourth quarter in September. Equities do really well. As you know, crypto is beta to equity. So I think it's going to be a very strong fourth quarter. Small caps should also rally, like IWM, but that also is really bullish for Ethereum, which is highly linked to small caps.
So you got to remember, Tom Lee was the only guy that was right about the S&P 500 out of all the main analysts out there in the market. He's been in crypto since at least about 2012, 2013. He's been very good on his calls and really has become one of the most successful analysts out there. So pretty exciting. He runs Fundstrat Capital, of course, as well as the advisory business. And now he obviously is the chairman of BitMine Immersion, which is a little Bitcoin company that they've turned into a Ethereum juggernaut. And so we're going to talk about that pretty shortly. So that is from Tom Lee. And you guys, I mean, if you're feeling a little bit like, not much is too happening at the moment in the market, we're talking about that banana part of the curve, right? Starting to kick off into the fourth quarter, which is typically good. We've got the 17th September with the interest rate cut. The market's getting really ready to get to the part of that banana curve, part of the curve. So just bide your time, a few more weeks, keep accumulating good stuff, and I'm sure everything will play out pretty well there. And Tom Lee is actually helping to make it happen because he's buying up millions and millions of Ethereum. So that's really cool. Now, someone who's buying a lot is, of course, Michael Saylor. As we can see, he just bought 2,000 more Bitcoin, just a 270 mil, just on the side there. Well, also he is also got to make some comments about Tom Lee's talk as well here on CNBC.
Check out price of Bitcoin this morning. The cryptocurrency up over 100% this year. Joining us right now is Bitcoin bull Michael Saylor, strategy executive chairman. You know him from MicroStrategy. People are still getting those names, figured out. So we had Tom Lee on the broadcast. I don't know if you saw this earlier today. And he effectively said Bitcoin at $111,000 is headed to $200,000 effectively by Christmas. What do you think of that?
Well, most of the equity analysts that follow our stock have target prices for Bitcoin, and they're all north of 150. Bitcoin represents a digital transformation of the capital markets, and so the more people know about it, the more they get educated on it, the more companies embrace it, the higher it goes. You can't make any more of it.
Right. That may be all, but in terms of just what you're seeing.
So that there was a very reserved Michael Saylor for that, but basically north of 150 is where people are thinking, and he's quite comfortable with that. So pretty exciting, guys. It's going to be really awesome leading into the rest of the year. So the other big thing, of course, not just Bitcoin, but is Ethereum. And as you guys know, Ethereum really is, indirectly at least, and maybe directly, going to be pumping PulseChain's bags, right? So this is very, very exciting. So let's get into this. And this is a stock market. Ethereum's going to get pumped from the stock market and the existing trade fine, and it's going to flow on, potentially either indirectly or directly to PulseChain, which is depending on the scenarios that you're looking at and the timing of when that all happens. But that is pretty exciting. So at the moment, we've got big news here, as you guys can see. So we're going to actually flip over to the big screen here and have a look at, see that Bitmine Immersion has just published. Obviously, we knew they were already buying, right? People track their accounts, buying Ethereum. We knew they'd been buying the last couple of days, and they've made a most recent declaration here on the 8th of September of 202,500 and more Ethereum that they've acquired. So awesome stuff. Bitmine Immersion there. And that's fantastic. So that is the latest big buy. And of course, that brings them down here at number one. It brings down to 2,070,000 Ethereum now. So they're sitting on 2,070,000 Ethereum. Now, just remember how much that is, because that's 1.71% of the total Ethereum supply. Remember, there's 120.7 million Ethereum in total. We have a modest deflationary kind of profile with the EIP 1559 upgrade, right, where we have block rewards, less fee burning. And so this is huge, guys. This is huge. A very low inflation environment, if that, for Ethereum. And these guys are going long term, right? They're buying all the stuff and they're going to be staking it. And so we are seeing that we are getting more staking in the staking queue than we've got people wanting to exit the staking queue. So we're really that's going to have a big impact. This is all feeding on itself into a vicious positive cycle, right? So really huge there on that. So big deal. And that is huge for a Bitmine Immersion. As you can see, that is their buying profile. And this all happened, since the beginning of July. I think they did their first capital raise on the 27th of June. And here we are, 9th September. I mean, let's think about that. July, August, we're just at the sort of almost halfway of September. So we're, talking what, 8, 10, maybe 10 weeks, 11 weeks. And they've now got over 2 million Ethereum. Think about that. Think how fast that is. You can see kind of the rate here on the chart, the speed that this is happening. It really is fast. And he, Tom Lee said, we're going to be able to do it fast, but they want it cheap. And they are lucky. They're getting it so cheap, guys, because we went from 3,700 at the beginning of the sort of move all the way up through to 4,800. We came back to close to 4,000. We went back up to 49, made a new all-time high, and we got back down to around 42, 4,300. And these guys are getting to pick up all this Ethereum for cheap, guys. Who is selling it? They're idiots. Whoever's selling it, they're idiots. Now, they do help the rest of the people not selling, right? Because they're selling it to a big holder that's going to be more sticky. They're going to be, buying more. It's good from that. But Tom Lee must be laughing himself silly, I tell you, that he's now got 2.07 million Ethereum for the price that he's been getting it for. Honestly, he'll be laughing himself silly. He will be the cat's whisker meow. I mean, it's going to be crazy that they are picking up Ethereum at this price. But Ethereum, it's about to blow. It's about to go, right? It's a bit, you're running out of this liquid stuff, right? We see exchanges running out at the all-time low. We went from 20 million at the beginning of the cycle, beginning of this 2 months period. We've gone down to 17.3 million guys on the exchanges. It's so the supply is disappearing. These guys are getting it. They're getting it for cheap at the moment, and eventually they'll have to pay higher price order books. So think of an order book. They have to go through that order book, and they will start pushing the price up, and it's going to start accelerating away. And smart players will start keeping their stuff off the market, trying to help the price go up even more, right? And there'll be a lot more gamification there. And of course, we get the longs and the shorts in the play as well with a lot of these exotic products. So pretty crazy, guys. It is exciting where this is going. Now, obviously, we've got other players at the moment also trying to pick up stuff. So we can see now that Bitmine immersion is at only 34%. It's only at 34% of its target of 5%, which is 6 million Ethereum, right? 6 million. And they've got 2 million. So they're 34% the way there, guys. But look at this one here. We've got obviously SharpLink. Their target, they're at 84% at the moment. But like I said to you, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys lift their own target, right? Their target is 1 million Ethereum. I wouldn't be surprised if they go, they all do it. They all do it. It's just part of the psyche. Ethereum machine, though, has got a long way to go. They're talking about, I don't even where this target goes. As far as I know, there's no official target for ETH miner, but these guys got a target of 10%, which would be 12 million tokens, guys. Imagine the price of Ethereum if that was the case. So they'd be having to raise, $75 billion or something to buy into here. We know that Bitmine immersions raised, something like 25 billion. It's incredible to get that 6 million ETH, right? So they'll be laughing themselves silly. The other big one, of course, that we know that's coming in is ETHZilla. They've just done a deal today to start buying back some of their own shares on the market. And then we've obviously got big ones here like, what is it down here? Nexus raising $5 billion also. So keep a lookout for Nexus. It's got 48,000 Ethereum, but that's looking to get into the big players up here. It's looking to jump into the top three with their 5 billion money. So keep a lookout for that. Crazy stuff. Now coming in August, maybe October or so, we're going to find out what the US government's going to be doing. So we'll be finding they can do net neutral budget buys of Bitcoin. We're going to find out what methods they're going to be looking at. Some of them that have been touted are public-private partnerships and mining, all sorts of stuff. So we'll see how they all land there with purchasing and with also what they do with the altcoin stockpile as well. So keep a lookout for the US government. I wouldn't count it out right yet. I think a lot of those measures potentially coming in around October. We'll find out a bit more about that. We're expecting a big report then, as far as I know. So that's for that. So keep a look out there. Obviously, we've got a lot of the traditional partners going down with them, but we've got a lot of the new ones adding in as well. Still got Cosmos Health there down here. Pretty crazy times, right? Pretty crazy times. Looking at just the SER treasuries, we've got now 16 on the list. 16 on the list there. And I expect this to grow to 50, maybe even 75 over, say, the next 12 to 18 months. I wouldn't be surprised. We got a lot more Ethereum vehicles coming in here. It could be a big game on. Now, I'm not suggesting they'll all be huge like these other ones, but we're going to probably have at least a couple more of these big players coming in here at the very minimum. So that's how we get to the big prices. That's how we get up to $30,000 Ethereum, $60,000 Ethereum, etc. When you've got tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars start to flow in into the old Ethereum, and potentially trillions, right? Because we could potentially have multi-trillions of dollars of stable coins coming in as well. Pretty exciting where that is all at the moment. So that is the big news there. And of course, we had a big release for them from Bitmine. Bitmine released its latest ETH and crypto holdings today, revealing 2,070,000 ETH, 192 Bitcoin coins. They've still got that, of course. I remember originally Bitmine was a small Bitcoin miner. They've also got 264 million cash as well. No doubt they'll be looking for more Ethereum there with that. Pretty cool. So it's the largest holder of ETH in the world now. Pretty awesome. Now, remember that we have about 35%, I think it is, or around 40 million Ethereum is staked in the big validators. Thinking of like Lido and places like that, I think it's got like 9 million or so. So there's a lot of stuff staked as well. Bitmine in the DeFi world benefits from scale ownership. Indeed, as a shareholder noted, Bitmine has a kingmaker status by its share scale of $8.9 billion of Ethereum, and of course we know they want what they call a sovereign put, and they want to be that anchor of Ethereum at 5% of the supply. But they've got competitors out there, right? Got competitors out there, so pretty exciting. The power law comes into play when an entity holds 2% of the network. One of these is the market network effect, and this explains the kingmaker status of BMNR, right? The ticker there that you can buy. Now, the reason why you'd buy the ticker rather than Ethereum itself is you get to play on what we call the MNAV, and we've talked about that. That's kind of an enterprise value bonus regarding to the income that you earn from staking and the volume and velocity of the liquidity. And we all know that Bitmine itself is like top 15 in trading volume in the world, even against the big Magnificent Seven stock market companies. So it's a big player there. But it will have volatility, right? We'll have volatility with it as well. Pretty cool stuff like that. So that is some of the good stuff there. Hope you guys enjoyed that from this update. So really, really awesome stuff. Bitcoin on the move. Big price targets for the end of the year. Strategic ETH acquisitions are huge. This is going to be a continuing thing, guys, all the way through the end of the year into next year. We're going to have a lot of fast, big buys going into the market. So we'll probably have regular updates every single week for big buys as Ethereum gets pushed higher and higher and higher. It's game on, right? And it's still early. Still early. Is that crazy? But it is still early, guys. It's still early. All right, so that is pretty much the news there. We're going to get into PulseChain next. We're going to be listening. PulseChain next after that. All right, let's see where else we've got comments in here. We've got Hexrad in the house there. Hey, again, good to see Hexrad. A big shout out. Welcome to the chat as well. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to smash the subscribe button on YouTube. We are streaming on 3 YouTube channels right now. That is the Kryptonite Show, Superman Crypto, and PulseChain X. And a big welcome to all the new members. But definitely, if you're new, smash the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. If you're on X, of course, don't forget to smash the follow as well. As you guys know, I've had to rebuild my account, given my other account was taken down unfairly, and have not had any heard crickets from all my appeals. Heard crickets. So I lost my rather large account, relatively speaking, and rebuilding. And that's what we do, right? We get back up on the horse. That is life. Get back up on the horse, wherever you are in the world. Get back on the horse and go, yeah, and gallop off into the sunset for an adventure or something like that. You get the idea. We got Wookie in the house there. Bang, bang. Good to see you, Wookie. Big shout out. And what's it? Chitty, says good old Hexawader. All right. So let's jump into Richard Hart's had a lot to say. And of course, what did we see yesterday? We saw Hex on the move, right? Hex on the move. Why did we see that? Well, Richard, man, this disguises us, right? He goes, they yelled scam at Hex at 210,000X. I wonder if they'll do it again. Whoa. Them are awesome talking. Look at that. So 366,000 views on that so far. That is pretty crazy. So that's probably in about 20 hours. Pretty awesome views. And of course, I posted that there, Richard Hart with the green candles, 10,000X. There we go. So not bad. So Hex Helgo says $5 Hex on PulseChain. Woohoo! $5 Hex, because that's the target price there. So pretty exciting. That is from Richard Hart. But Richard Hart also gave us more, because he's just posted this out only a couple of hours ago. Well, I haven't read this myself, so I'm going to speed through this probably. But hi, devs. I know you're too stupid to listen to me. So you devs out there, you guys got to listen. But I'll just keep trying anyway. You keep getting hacked because you don't pin your dependencies. Here's a list of NPM packages compromised today. Affected packages there. So there we go. Stop being stupid. You guys, stop being stupid. You guys, and take my free advice. There we go. KTHNX buy. Is that some sort of coded joke there? I'm not sure what the buy there. Let's get there. 5. I should note, I don't know of any crypto things hacked by this stuff in particular. This is a persistent active threat of anti-good design patterns stupid devs keep doing. I'll just keep posting about it occasionally. Nice tips from 7 months ago, he says. Most of you people in the industry, pin your dependencies or let your users exploit anytime anything you haven't pinned is exploited upstream. Your choice. Seems simple, no? And just hosting your dependencies beats leeching them others' bandwidth and hoping they don't go down as well, don't it? Please be smart. All right, what do you say? All right, I'll use my words for you all. When you develop something, you publish code people can choose to run, but most of that code, or most of that code, is code you didn't write. So you can either have people load the code you didn't write, which is called a dependency, or you can pin it and only load the code that you already inspected and think is good there. So that is a bit of wisdom there from Richard Hart. And that just came out just earlier today, only 5 hours ago from the looks of it. So that is pretty much it. Let me just back out of here. So that's from Richard Hart there. And, Richard Hart would also say a few other things. He might say that any moment, you could get one of these.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
And that could happen at any time. And there we go. So that leads us into day 851. PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023. It had the SEC come along on the 31st of July, 2023, and create a dark cloud era over PulseChain. And then, of course, on the 7th of July this year, we got free from that with a full-on victory that no other crypto out there has. We have, President Law, really. Not only over Richard Hart, but PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex. So, it's super badass there. So we are now here on day 851. Can you believe it? 851 days, man. Isn't that crazy? And you guys know I've been streaming for about 6 years on all this stuff. And here it is. This is probably about half of the period. Is it about half of the period? I don't know, something like that. Pulse at the moment is quadruple 0414, up 6%. So I'm glad to report we got some green candles. That's right, some green candles. And that is good news after all, isn't it? Good news indeed. Now, we also have PulseX at the moment is at quadruple 03, up 4.3% right now, which is kind of interesting because, PulseX really, obviously Pulse can be used across everything that's built on top of PulseChain. It uses Pulse, right? But PulseX itself is the big DEX, and it's deflationary. And Pulse is, slightly inflationary. Generally speaking, obviously EIP 159 again, but PulseX at the time is actually it's a full-on deflationary, right? So it's just burning away. One fixed supply about 21 trillion, and it's burned over 1.5 trillion so far, and we're now down at we're now up at 7.72% of total PulseX being bought up and burned. That's excluding the OA accounts, right? So pretty awesome. We're getting more protocols all the time that are burning away PulseX. One of those, of course, has been Unity from Cryptographics, and we've been covering that pretty regular basis. So that's cool. If we have enough time, we might check that out too today. We're 47 minutes on the hour, so doing pretty well. Incentive token at the moment, $1.55, up 6.4%. That's slightly higher than Pulse, so that's kind of good news. Now, some people was booing on the promotion market, didn't have INC, I think, on the brochure, on the packaging. So I think that's right. We got Hex at the moment is at 97 hundredths of a penny, and it is up 15.5%, baby. You got to have the Hex. That's where it all began. Was it the 3rd of January? No, 3rd of December, 3rd of December, 2019. And if you guys are there for day one of the AA lobby, let me know in the chat there. No, don't do that. You're doxing yourself a little bit, but it's pretty awesome. All right, so 15.5% on the old P-Hex, and we've got E-Hex right now at 16 hundredths of a penny. So obviously we're at the bottom of that range with the old E-Hex. Last time I checked, I need to bring up that chart, the ratio chart. I keep forgetting to do it. Combined price of E-Hex and P-Hex is back over 1 cent. Yeah, baby, yeah, 1.13 cents. Isn't that awesome? That is fantastic news on the old Hex there. And congratulations. I saw some people selling out of some assets yesterday going into Hex. So isn't that funny? And some of them were going into E-Hex. They weren't even going to P-Hex. So people making those relative shifts, right, which we talk about sometimes. We don't give too many examples, but that's kind of the play. They go out of they go out of good leverage. I've seen them go out of good leverage products into the cause. So even leverage products that tend to be more quality even get hit by that, right? So just what it is. Just what it is, as they say. Well, let's go into the gas prices. And we got 534,000 beats. This is the lowest we've had. We had 600,000 the other day. Now we've got 500,000. That's super low, guys. 0.8 of a penny for a PulseX swap right now. That's as cheap as we've had it on the live stream. So pretty crazy. 52,539 values. It looks like we've gone up about maybe 200 values almost. That's a nice little jump there as well. We've got Bridge at the moment. Let's have a look at this, kind of the heartbeat. 106.9. So we're about 1 million from 3 days ago when I last streamed. It's up about 1 million. So that's good news. And of course, E-Hex there up slightly, probably is playing a little role. But we've probably got an increase in the stable coins as well. Do I have a snapshot? I did have a snapshot. I'm not sure what date it is though. I thought I did an updated one. Didn't I do an updated one? 10th. And I've still got the 10th, but I thought I did something more recent than that. What's this one here? Got another one here. What date is that? 31st. So that's too old. But what are we on now? We're on the 9th. So it's basically, let's do the 10th because it's almost a month, basically a month. So let's see what's changed in a month there. A month ago, we had 6,726 ETH. Now we've got 6,654 ETH. So we're down, 75 ETH, something like that. 70 ETH maybe. DAI was 22.84 million. And we're at 23.7. So we're up about $900,000 on the DAI, maybe approximately 900,000. So that's kind of cool. USDC was 17.6. We're now at 19.7. So we're maybe just under $2.1 million up on USDC. Probably reflecting, Ramp Now and Liberty Swap, probably the main culprits for that, is my guess. Obviously, we've had the $4 million. I think it's still sitting on the PulseChain, right? I don't know if any of that's been used in the last 24 hours, but that's still sitting there as far as I know. What else? Coast is the same, 10.6 mil. USD Tether was 5.2 and is now 5.7. So we're at $500,000 on USD Tether. And USD Tether was always the sleeper, right? Always the sleeper one, because obviously less there. But that's $500,000. That's actually pretty good. That's better than DAI, isn't it? I think that's better than DAI. Not DAI, better than DAI, was it? 22.8. Not better than DAI. No, but still pretty good. $500,000. Still pretty good. So yeah, DAI, USDC, and USD Tether there all up. And in terms of EHEX, we're up just over $1 million on the old HEX in value over that time. Bitcoin though is down. We had 27 Bitcoin, or rounded, but 27 Bitcoin at $3.1 million. We've now got 25 Bitcoin at 2.8. So that's gone down. The old Bitcoin there. All right, so that is where we are right now. I think we saw a new thing here, Treasury. Let's have a look at this. I didn't have a look at this. So Treasury, new. PulseChain Treasury checker. This is kind of the idea. I've been talking about this, right? Talking about having our, we could be mimicking Ethereum because we've, full system state copy of Ethereum, right? So why couldn't we mimic the whole Treasury there? Now, I don't know whether this is based on this is based on the sacrifice, PulseChain sacrifice here, but we're sitting at $716 million right now on the Ethereum at 166. But I think we should be setting up our own, a strategic pulse reserve. We should have one of those and try and mimic, at least setups. Now, we don't have the stock market companies yet, but, Rackham's probably the first one going to be leading us that way with his NASDAQ followers there. I'm not sure what the old HEX investment trust guys are doing. They definitely, with the, that we're free from the SEC and we got good judgments, they should be ramping that up too. And they were going to expand, weren't they, from HEX into PulseX, and that would have been fun to see. So let's see what happens in that space. The faster they do it, the better. Because we get to ride the theme really, really quick. So get to work. That's all we can say. That is the price right now at 14%. Not bad. Up 18. We're 40% in the money. Up $87 million US, almost $88 million US. Nice. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's jump away to the rest of it. Actually, I've just lost my studio. Let's come back with the studio here. We've got a couple more comments. I'm going to get into that as well. Don't forget to share the show around. I said we're going to have a big show today, and not bad. We've been away for 2 days. We've been working, though. We've been working. What else there? We got a couple of comments here. We got Brendan House there. How's super? Good to see you, Brendan. Big shout out. We got Eddie as well, calling Hex a scam. 2000X. Can it happen again? RHJ's woohoo. Yeah. Was it? I think it was $5. Is it $5? Yeah. Wookie in the house there, from the bottom to the top. Indeed. No drama channels, lol, says Brennan. 2 more weeks, says Wookie. 2 more weeks indeed. And we got the excitement from Brennan. Rockets to the moon. I like that. Yeah, if you guys haven't shared the channel around, don't forget to do that. Post it on X. We're at 53 minutes on the hour, so we've still got a bit of time to go in the show. And we're just starting to hit the PulseChain stuff. So get out there, folks. Really do appreciate that. Right, let's get into it. So total volume right now on PulseChain, $21.7 million, and we got 343,000 transactions. Not too bad. We're basically just default. So I'm not recommending any particular tokens. So we're just we're reading out what's performing well at the moment. So do your own due diligence. Nothing's financial advice, as they say. We got this token been around for 15 days called Zero to Hero. I think we looked at it on the first day there, 0 to hero, 15 days. It's having a bit of a pump today, up 236%. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Not financial advice. We're just having a look at it. Yeah, it just got pumped out of nowhere. Not sure what drove that, to some market maker, some news. I do not know. But that is what pumped. This is the hourly chart. Let's look at the daily chart. It's only been around for 15 days. Look at that thing. Who knows what's driven that, but 18K volume. That is 0 to hero. Vouch. Now, I accidentally been saying that Vouch is a haunted project, but it's actually a I've forgotten the guy's name now. I remembered it. What's his name? Not. Let me know in the chat. You guys know who his name is. It's not haunted. It's Australian guy. What's his name? Oh, I've just forgotten his name. He's a really great guy. Does great analytical stuff. Now, obviously, Vouch. It'll come back to me. If you guys don't help me out in the chat, I'll try and remember myself. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you, Blair, as well. Welcome. I can't believe I've forgotten his name. That's crazy. Does someone help me here? I think I see it. Jexa, that's it. Thanks, Q-Ball. You saved me there. You saved me, and it deserves a clap. So Jexa there on the old Vouch. Is it you? It's not you, Brennan. It's not you. It's not you. It's not all about you, Brennan. It's not all about you. We got Swarm at the moment, number 3. That's up 42%. We got Hold at the moment, Humpback Holders there. Been around for 6 months. That's up 40% as well. So we've got a couple of nice gainers there. Halgo, which talked about the 10,000X and being up 5,000. That is up. $5 for Hex. Halgo is up 19%. So Halgo there getting a nice little push on Hex. It is a leverage play on Hex, right? So that chart's looking pretty good, right? Look at that on the daily. Let's go to the weekly for the old Halgo. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo! Hot dog and a dog. Look at that thing. 30 million market cap, guys. 5.1 million liquidity. 67K volume there. And look at that little move there as well. Now, it's got to be, that's a leverage play on Hex, but got to be, that's amazing. So chart looking fantastic. Look at that. That's really, really good. Now, imagine Halgo if it's 1.3 cents. No, it's not even 1.3 cents. It's 1/1300th of a penny. Imagine Hex getting to $5. What the hell? Now, I guess it's sellers, but man, that'd be interesting. So that is the old Halgo there. We haven't actually looked at the website for a while. Should we have a quick look at it? I wasn't going to do that, but let's have a quick look at the Halgo. Oh, we've got some alarms there. Okay. Oh, we have to get out of there. It's just probably my protection there, but we'll have to get out of there. I don't know. That's normally fine. So this is probably my setup there. That was not expected. Treasury there up 18%. 4 zeros, 8,300 almost. So Treasury's doing well. Now Hex, of course, is coming in at number 8 all the way through to number 15. Domination is Hex there. The big move up 14.5% now. So it's pretty awesome. It was 15.5% on the other platform. And a little bit of profit taking here. You can see just a little bit of shaving off. But heading towards 1 cent there, the old Hex there. Hex to 10,000X. You can't do better than that. Imagine Richard Hart starts streaming again. OMG. All these assets are going to do a couple X. I think if Richard Hart is going back, maybe we'll go up there. But then, of course, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we've got Surf right now at number 16. This is from the Crypto Paradise guys. And once again, these guys are amazing, aren't they? You guys, they're really just an open-minded team. I love that. That's kind of the thing that always comes back to me. But they're very professional, pretty large KOLs. They're actually doing most of the. I would say that they're doing a big part of the activity on PulseChain, honestly. So I'm not going to give percentage. I could, but I think that they're doing a pretty big role on PulseChain. So big shout out to that team. They're really just on a consistent basis. Really doing amazing stuff. So 14% there. They've just come back from their big Tulum, Mexico retreat with the DAO members, I guess. And that's having a nice little pump today and well-deserved on the old token there on Surf. Well, you guys, man, this is like tip of the day here because you're getting, look at that, getting a nice little pump there and on the retrace. And these guys are about to ramp up their own marketing. So they come back from Tulum. They got a big marketing ramp up. It is looking good. All right. The tip of the day is, I'll change it. What do we say? Crypto of the day. Let's go. Crypto of the day is Surf there from Crypto Paradise. They're crushing at this team, and they're about to ramp up their marketing. They're incredible. Big KOLs on PulseChain. I think you add them all up, they're well over 130,000 or something. So it's pretty big stuff there. Now, the other one, of course, is PTC The Grays, one of our blue chips. You guys know I've got my own Magnificent 7, and PTC The Grays is in there. And it's up 13% today after a massive retrace. So this is going to have, I bet you, this is going to have another massive run up. Oh, look at the old curve. It's worked this time. We were slightly too early last time, but we replaced it, and it's looking really good now. Look at that little pink little thing there, looking like a boss. We had the RSI was in favor this time. I thought that the RSI might bounce off at 38, but it didn't. It came all the way back down. But, man, what a run up. We had a big run up. Look at that run up there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hot doggity dog. A big shout out to Prairie Banana. He's crushing it out there. He's another person that's very consistent with his, particularly PTC, obviously in UFO, but also PulseChain there with streams. And, we're talking about the consistent players we have the impact players that do once a week or come in every so often do stuff, but we have a limited set of people that are actually consistent, with their shows. And Pre Banana, Crypto Paradise, they're two other channels, obviously besides the Crypto Night Show, that are very, very consistent on a very regular basis. So yeah, big shout out to Pre Banana there. And yeah, this thing here is getting ready, I think, really starting to rock and roll. Do we have any indications here? Well, the RSI's on the weeklies at 48. We've got a nice little bounce here off the 50-day. Let's have a look at the daily here. We're getting a bit of a turn up here in the daily 989 EMA. And if it looks like it's going to continue on this momentum, cross up to the top there. We're certainly coming off the right area with the RSI. So it is kind of looking really positive there for a turn up. So not bad. Brendan's got a couple comments here on so this Wookie says, is the Kiwi Jexer? Is he a Kiwi? I think he's Australian, isn't he? He might be a Kiwi, possibly. Brendan's in the house there with the T-share rate decreased from the OA stake $30, $50, 1.5 hex per T-share a day would bring staking back into play. It would indeed. $30 to $50, yeah. Yes, things have changed. Well, that's why you have to get the price offset, right, for the OA staking, right? That is the upside, right, is the price impact on price there. So yeah, pretty cool for the old PUSD the Grays. What else have we got? Hexagon, and this is obviously PulseChain Farms, the latest farm that had launched on PulseChain, up 11% right now. I've been around for over a month. That's on old Hex benefiting, right? So there are other tokens based on PulseX and stuff, but it's the one that's based on Hex that's on the move here as a reward token. Isn't it? The Hexagon there, getting a little pump on the old Hex. Pretty cool. Interesting, right? Interesting. Sparta also got an Hex DAO. So everything, all the Hex related stuff getting a pump. We've got ALGO getting a pump. I don't know about Vouch. I think Vouch, it's a validator thing, isn't it? Pulse. But we're getting Hex itself. We're getting Hex A, all on Hex. We've got Sparta, which is a Hex DAO, right? Got a Hex Treasury. Hex DAO is probably the wrong word. Hex Treasury there as well. That's up 9-10%. A lot of people are excited about the old Sparta. This is Sparta. I need to get a little video with the guy doing it. I can't do the spitting part, but it's pretty awesome. Truly one of the great moments in movie history was when he said this is Sparta and then kicked the guy, the emissary, that's the one, into the pit of doom, the pit of doom, whatever it's called. But that is it. It's on a big move there for the old Sparta, and they got a new token, and they launching. I don't know the details, but that's out there too. That's why it got pumped as well. What else? We've got Most Wanted in the meme wars. We talked about the battle of the memes. I'm going to do a second part because I want to go deep dive into the holders and stuff like that, get a bit nosy. But yeah, Most Wanted there is one of the top ones, and that is at 23 million market right now, up 8.5% at 2.3 cents for the Most Wanted. So that is it right now. Big shout out to the Mitchie team out there too. You guys know who you are, so Mitchie's out there too. 2.3 cents, and that Mitchie was out before this one, wasn't it? So there we go. Mitchie and Most. There we go, 2.3 cents right now. That is the chart. So got a little bit of work to do, but certainly up today. UFO, well, we got PDC up, and we got UFO at number 24. And let's see where that is. That's on a pump as well today. So there we go. Both the UFO and PDC on the move today. Quadruple zero, 2,700 at the moment. They're on UFO. That benefits PDC, doesn't it? What else? We got Oink. Oink's in here as well. Oink there. I think they were was Oink on a show or something like that the other day? We've got Oink here right now. It is its own treasury, if I remember rightly. And it has been on the move for some time. Look, it's a nice little uptrend there. So Oink is kind of delivering on what it's supposed to be doing, right? So it's on Oink. What's the market? 521K. So still got a relatively small market for potential upside there. 63 liquidity, a 5K volume today. So that is the old Oink meme coin. Who else do we got? Pump Tires Die. We got 3 dies, right? We got Good Die. Some people think it's Bad Die, but we got Good Die. We got Pump Tires Die, and then we've also got P Die, right? The forked one, which everyone is P Die to $1. P1 to P Die to $1. P Die to $1. That's out there too. That is up 8% right now, and we've got 4,800 right now on the old P Die to $1. P Die to $1. All right, so there we go. That is it right now. And it's coming off the RSI. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo! So this might actually do a real hyper pump, guys. Is this another possible tip of the day? I don't know. What do you guys think? Look at the last one this time here. And look at the rally. Boom, boom. Oh, there we go, guys. That might be another tip of the day. Is everyone excited? Well, we've got to find PulseCoin list. Where are the things gone? We've got all these links to all these different things. We've got PulseCoin list. Where is PDI right now? This is the fork one. It's at 48. It's had a nice little bounce there, up 17% for the week. So the PDI there. And, of course, everyone knows this is Somi's. He's kind of the head coach for this one. And this is on the move. So nice little rebound there for PDI. We know that Better Banks seems to be in better shape than it was. Apparently, all the treasuries were preserved at last time I saw an update. Yeah, this looks like still intact there. Where to get down to? Well, on the bad news, it got all the way down to 0022. Chances of picking that up pretty low. But it got down to 3,800 recently, and it's just been climbing for 4 days or so in a row. Now back at just under half a penny right now. Not bad at all. All right, so that is the old PDI to $1, as we say. All right, I just enjoyed that too much. This is too crazy. Too much. PDI to $1. All right, I'm gonna get rugged. Wrap Bitcoin. Just what we're talking about is at $711 right now. Just to give you an idea there. And what's that? Rackham shall say. Get one Wrap Bitcoin. One Wrap Bitcoin. All right, I watched too many samurai movies. We got that's some of the DAI stuff there right now. Teddy Bear at number 29 is up 7.5% over 2 years. That's from good old James Maria. RhinoFi, man, this is hot to trot, up 7.4%. We looked at this the other day, 3 days ago. It is looking real good with the treasuries. This team is amazing at marketing. They do really good stuff. This team is doing all the right things. So really excited to see where RhinoFi goes. I think it's set up very, very well. So very, very cool there. And a nice little bounce from the bottom here. Really, really cool. So we're down at 0.007,000, almost at 0.008,000 here. So looking pretty good there for the old RhinoFi. They're really a team that's doing a lot of things right. A really good example to follow for other teams that maybe got a bit of work to do. What else? We got Doubt Token right now, and another one of the memes is at number 32, 7.5% there. How are we doing for time? Just got to keep track of time here because we're going to get into some of the news. We're going to go to the top 50 quickly. Let's go here. Your Mum up 7%, SolidX 7.25%. Now we know SolidX is probably going to have its launch of X game probably within a week, maybe. Who knows? Could be pretty close, guys. Certainly in this, in September. That could all be gaming on, guys. So this might people missing out potentially on some of these opportunities. So if you haven't got your bags packed, SolidX, X game, those sort of things, probably worth doing your due diligence and checking them out. RSI up 7% right now. A Trump token, Pump Tires up 7% as well. Number 39. Love Connection there. Remember the show Love Connection? It's probably a bit dated now. Love Connection, 40%. They used to be fun, the love shows. Now they're just like seedy and horrible. Have you noticed that? Some of the shows that they put out today. Oh my god. At 7% right now. We got Secret Conspiracy at number 42. That is as well. Let me see here. Secret number 42 up 7%. BFF from OG Web Chef, I think this is 6.7%. PDI World's Greatest Printer, another OG Web Chef there. It's moved around quickly. They're jumping around so fast now at this level. Anyway, let's keep going. Hidden there, number 50 is Hidden. That is at up 6.6%. So that's pretty much it for the top 50. Let's go to a few honorable mentions before we move on into the news. We've got X Game here, 5%. Looking forward to that with SolidX, right? Expecting a big pump with a big launch, Fire Whale launch coming out potentially within a week. It could be. So keep looking at that. We got Bria there on the back of CoinWell, which is going to be interesting to see that play out as well. Obviously, as the AI, as mentioned earlier. What else we got going that's interesting here? Liquid Loans did the big Asia tour. That's in the Monster thread. That's up 4% right now. With Crypto Crazy, 9-inch right now, up 3%. Now we know Hexy Bastard is back, right, for 9-inch. Is he going to be doing a whole ton of stuff? He's talked about it. We'll have to wait and see because that could be very underpriced right now. Is the 9-inch our third biggest DEX at the moment? And look at that chart. So buy low, sell high. Is that the rule? Now, obviously, go check out, see what he's up to. Is he actually going to do some stuff here to lift this chart? but he's talked about it. He teased it a couple of weeks ago, and he was back, I think, the other day. So keep a look out for that. We know that DEXs get re-rated in value as we move forward. You can see that 9 inches up here. What else we got here? Top hat at the moment from Coffee, up 2%. Let's see where else. We've got Teddy Takeover here, Finvesta, Time Dividend. That chart looks amazing, doesn't it? Time Dividend chart. 9mm, the other DEX at the moment, really underpriced, these DEXs. Oh my gosh, they're so underpriced in the market. Look at that. Oh my God. So like I say, once we get a move on in the charts, guys, you could see all these DEXs get radically re-rated, buy low, sell high. We got Peacock down here as well. Good old Peacock from Liberty Swap. That's down 2% right now. Let's have a look at that chart, see what that looks like right here. That is the chart. So not too bad, but it's certainly, is that flattening out? Is it so forth? It's on the back of the old Liberty Swap. Unity up $22.68. We might come back and look at that as well. Saw some mini down at 4 cents. Missile down here as well. That is pretty much it. So that is our update today on the markets. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Let's see if we've got any comments before we get into the news for CoinWell and Rackham Rochelle. The biggest whale on PulseChain is about to launch very soon. Only a few weeks away from the looks of it. A bit later than we thought with the announcement, but we'll get there in a moment. Who else has jumped in here? We got Woof Woof from Hex Creator. Is that a Bria thing? Is that a Bria thing? Woof Woof. We got Spoon. That's definitely for the Knights. When Spoon Coin? Well, no, you need to ask the Newcastle Knights about that. You need to ask Newcastle Knights. We got Tim Top announced as well. What's up, Hexkins? Well, Hex is up. That's for sure, Tim Top. And welcome to the chat as always. The Love Boat. Yeah. The Love Boat. Grumpy says, woof, Bria token there. So we've got the Bria people in the house there. If you're in a meme coin, you're highly encouraged to do a lot of memes. And if you're in one of the top ones in particular, and you're really fighting it out, and we're gonna have Battle of the Memes coming up on CoinArchy, I think it's gonna be. You guys, just keep meming and enjoy it. Just make sure you enjoy it. You got to do something you enjoy. But get out there, get a setup and get a software that you can do it easy. You want to make it easy, and just get out there and meme all sorts of things out there to get your brand across. So we're looking forward to that. And get out there, folks. It is, if you're in a meme thing, obviously if you're in DeFi, you just put your crypto and let it do its thing, right? Let's do its thing. But if you're a meme out there, let's get it, and it's going to help PulseChain, right? Not only going to help your project, whether it's any of these meme coins, Doubt meme, Bria meme, it doesn't matter what it is. Any of these things that are like meme coins. In fact, I've got a list here, haven't I? I've got my list. Let's go have a look at the list of memes that I got listed up here. Meme battle. Meme battle. So it doesn't matter whether it's any of these memes, right? The most true doubted, all these memes down here, down to Trump. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're in there and you're passionate about your community, you want it to do well. You want to do it well in the battles that are coming up. Then just get the word out. Just keep posting memes, and that's what it's about. Now, some of these ones we haven't got on here are like DAOs and treasuries. So most of these are just pure memes and without any DAO treasury. We do have some that store memes, but the DAOs and treasuries, right? Like PUSD the Grays, for example. But these are a lot of pure memes in here. So get out there. Some of them will have utilities attached. That gives them a bit of advantage. Sometimes a lot of advantage. So we'll see how that all plays out. But we'll be covering battles on the memes. It's going to be one of the things that we're going to be covering moving forward there. If there's a meme I haven't got on this list, take a quick look. If I haven't got on the list, then let us know. I'll go full screen, shall I? Let us know if I haven't got it on there, and I will add it to the list. There. So there we go. There's the list there. All right. Should we get on to the news? Let's do it. We're going to go in on Bria right now because we're going to come back to Bria in a minute. But the reason why is because CoinWell is looking to be launching here from Rackham Rochelle. So let me just go back to this old view here because it's probably easy to see the whole thing. CoinWell prepares for launch a new era of wealth building in crypto. Just came out 8 of September there. And this is the first official press release from CoinWell, which is pretty awesome. So huge congrats to Rackham Rochelle and Mrs. Rackham Rochelle. And you're going to find out why in a minute. Yep. All right, so that's pretty cool. And we're going to zoom in on that now. It's Jackson, Florida there. Jackson. I think I've actually been to Jackson, Florida. That's the kind of funny thing about this. CoinWell today. So this is on Access Newswire, so it's on a Newswire feed. CoinWell today announced its official launch in the fourth quarter of 2025. So it's a little bit later than what we had, because we had a post that said 27 days that would get us to the 12th of September. This is a little bit later. Obviously, they've pushed it back a little bit. And the fourth quarter, they know is going to be probably pretty bullish too. The timing couldn't be better of the launch. We talked about that previously with Tom Lee and Michael Saylor and all of that about the fourth quarter following the interest rates. So timing is perfectly timed. I mean, I think it is what it is. It's fantastic. So that's going to really help well with CoinWell's launch. With the availability on 4 leading blockchains, Ethereum, so it's going to be an Ethereum there, BSC chain, and Base chain. So excellent choices, along with PulseChain. So PulseChain there, those are the 4 first chains going to be on the protocol there. So it's pretty cool. Support for Bitcoin as well, along with multiple other blockchains, will be available in the fourth quarter of 2025. So obviously they're starting off the initial 4 chains, and they're going to be adding pretty rapidly a whole ton of other chains, including Bitcoin. Founded by Christian Rackham-Michel, CoinWell aims to transform how individuals protect, manage, and grow their cryptocurrency holdings while unlocking new cash flow opportunities. So this is really a corporate offering. We need this on PulseChain. We need this sort of blue chip type of offerings that places that big institutional money, big VC money, big private investor money will come in and invest on, as well as the general crypto community. So this is really, really exciting, right? At the core of CoinWell's innovation is autonomous protocol, which allows users to access cash without selling their cryptocurrency. Obviously, this is how a lot of people make their money. The wealthy people, right? They never sell anything. They just borrow against it. Unlike a traditional loan, there is no interest, there's no expiration, and no pressure. Participants can continue to use funds indefinitely, reclaim their crypto at any time by returning the cash, and even withdraw more as long as their collateralized assets maintain a value of more than 100% of total withdrawals here. So it looks like leading into a liquidity fork underpinning this from the looks of it. Because cash is taken against other assets rather than from a sale, no revenue is generated for tax account purposes. Funding is instantaneous, opening the door to wealth building strategy that was once only available to the ultra wealthy. Jean De Beers, CEO of Coin Division, so this is Mrs. Rackham-Michel with a Z, is going to be the CEO, which is fantastic. So congratulations once again to Jen. I did put out something there on X about that, but that is pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. Yeah. So pretty huge. Will be CEO of Coin Division, and of course, Coin Division is the parent company of all these protocols. I think there's going to be 5 or 6 protocols, so pretty awesome. CoinWell's launch represents the beginning of a broader vision to deliver best-in-class financial software that empowers users, strengthens long-term wealth, and accelerates mainstream adoption of cryptocurrency. CoinWell is about putting cryptocurrency into the hands of everyday people, not just early adopters. The time has come for the next evolution of growth. CoinWell is where crypto levels up. So that's pretty exciting. CoinWell, of course, will launch at coinwell.io. So that's pretty awesome. About CoinWell, just a big backdrop there. CoinWell is a blockchain-based financial technology platform dedicated to unlocking smarter, safer, and more accessible crypto wealth strategies built with best-in-class security and designed for global adoption. CoinWell provides tools that protect digital assets, maximize cash flow, and level the playing field for everyday participants in the crypto economy. The company was founded by Christian Rackham-Michel at Rackham.com, and of course, bringing together leadership and vision for both traditional and emerging financial sectors. And that is from Jean De Beers there, Coin Division. Pretty awesome. Got a phone number too. So awesome stuff there. That is the launch. I'll post that link in the chat there. And we're looking forward to it, right? We need these sort of launches on PulseChain. Not only this multi-chain, of course. We got most of the launches that we're getting from the whales and large players are multi-chain. And to varying degrees, they'll be channeling funds in from other chains into PulseChain through various mechanisms and means. So it's pretty cool. So that's CoinWell. So yeah, and also CoinNaki is coming, right? So CoinNaki, we don't know the exact timing frame of that, but that is coming up soon as well. CoinNaki and CoinWell are the first 2. They have carried a lot of the other utility. There's going to be at least 3 other platforms, maybe even 4 that are coming in the whole family. So kind of cool. That is the link there to that if you guys want to check it out. A big welcome to Heartwood Dog. Good morning, Superman and chat. Great to see you. The founder of the hot anime series on PulseChain. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, we've got Bria at the moment. Bria is expected to be the AI agent on CoinWell. So People are looking at that at the moment. This is the price chart there right now. And so also Rochelle in the past has talked about making this the #1 meme coin on PulseChain. We also know that CoinNaki is going to have a battle of the memes, which is why I built out a battle of the memes board. So we're going to see how many of these end up getting into the battle. As we understand it, that the winner is going to, and I don't know what the frequency is. I'm presuming it might be weekly. It could be daily. Who knows? But weekly is definitely a good framing. And that means that a week of shilling and memeing, in the sense. And then, of course, the winner would get some of the supply burnt, which is awesome, right? Particularly if you've already got a lot of burnt. Some of the meme coins do have, got quite a bit burned already, some of them. So if they won, they'd be really advantaged, right? With that. So getting volume from, I guess, maybe possibly CoinWell to end up burning some of that. So that's definitely a possibility there. And the battle of the meme. Who will have the #1 meme? Typically, we know in every cycle, meme coins do extremely big leverage if you're in a winner. Obviously, a lot of them can do terribly, but if you're in a winning one, they can definitely do many X's. So we'll be looking out for which one will be there. So I'm gonna build this list out a bit more, but this has got most of the ones that are pretty popular, and only missing a few that typically have DAOs on them, like PTC and a few others there. But I might add those in as well. I'm still thinking about that. You really got to decide your criteria. But at the moment, I'm pretty happy with this list at this stage. But once again, we shall see where this category goes. Now we're going to have GameFi, right? We're going to have GameFi starting to boom on PulseChain. Have you seen that? We're going to get to that on the Monster Thread, and we're going to have obviously NFTs have a boom. That's probably going to be the last one, probably going to boom at this stage from the looks of it, unless somebody comes out with some really good stuff. And obviously DeFi is going to be huge. We've got lots of DeFi, lots of utilities coming, infrastructure coming, and lots of casinos coming. So we're going to have some really big categories on PulseChain creating value. Going to be pretty neat. All right, so let's jump into it. So that was the news there. And I got this one here. What do I have on this one? I'm not sure what was on here, but I was going to move over here. We're going to get to the Monster Thread. How are we doing for time? An hour and 22 minutes. I've gone way over, guys. I've gone way over. But hey, look, we're into the Monster Thread. We're going to go for another 8 minutes and get through this. But Monster Thread week number 18, guys. 18 weeks in a row. Monster Thread has been out. So it's a publication of the Crypto Night Show. And MVS Crypto is the promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show, as well as the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread. So it is awesome, and we love it. We're here every day. We're here every day, right? On PulseChain and crypto, of course. We like to do balanced coverage because living in an isolated place not very good. I'm not talking about New Zealand, guys. I'm not talking about New Zealand. But that is the link there to the Monster Thread. Don't forget to give it a good read. We're going to go through it briefly now. But also don't forget to share it around. It's perfect for people that are busy on PulseChain and crypto. You can catch up to everything that happened over last week. Really, you really can. You'll find it all there. And also, if you want to share it to new people coming on board, obviously promotions are ramping up from Richard Hart, ramping up from people like Rack and Michelle and Firewell and many other people in the community. This is perfect for sending around and sharing to new people coming on board. They can go back for 18 weeks now and have a look at all the things that happened over the last 18 weeks. Isn't that awesome? And they can find out what happened a month ago, what happened, who was doing what. They find out some of the personalities. And the Monster Thread is very neutral, by the way, very neutral. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're doing something cool, you get on there, right? So it's pretty awesome. And it really is great, showcasing lots of great things, not only DeFi and crypto, but what people are doing as well, some of the exciting things. So if you're doing something really, really fun, really different, you'll get in there as well. Grumpy says the Monster Thread is great. Yeah, it is really, really great. And it's a privilege to have it as a publication of the Crypto Night Show. So let's get it in here. So Richard Hart's delivery, Futurama interview. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe there's an interview with someone from Futurama, Utah Adventure, and much more. So let's get into that. So Richard Hart's first deliveries. Obviously, Richard Hart devices started to arrive at people's doorsteps. Packaging promotes early tech adoption, highlighted by the CoinZone reports, sparking reactions from the crypto space. So awesome. You got all the links here as well. You can follow the links to the story and read the full thing. It is very exciting there. So yeah, that's obviously huge for PulseChain right now. And it's just the beginning, guys, of the promotion. Obviously takes, it has to ramp up as we go. But hundreds of thousands and millions of devices expect to go out. And I know people that have done these kind of promotions before, and they really do work, guys. You'll be surprised. They really do work. And it's exciting stuff. And of course, we know that these devices are certainly a top Amazon seller, but these sort of things really work really well. So pretty exciting. RH Maxi Talks Marketing. So obviously with Richard Hart leading the way with the promotions and delivery of these writing boards, digital writing boards, it's really caused quite the stir amongst the influencers on PulseChain. And RH Maxi there had a great discussion there talking about PulseChain's marketing efforts with the 400,000 devices, and Fast Abdul was there. And we had 007 Triple Dad Crypto there, as well as Hexy Fire Crispy Man, who does amazing breakdowns of Hex as well. So if you're into Hex right now, go follow Crispy Man. He's the one that does all the deep dives and analytical work. Also, we had Triple Dad in there twice today. Look at us. We had him on RX Maxing, but he's also Adventure in Utah. Look at us. So it's pretty awesome, along with Vets in Crypto and, of course, Positive Jules there. So awesome stuff. And look at that. They're having a good time. Look at that. It's pretty awesome, eh? So I'm not sure. What do you call those sort of trail bikes? They're not trail bikes. They're, what do you call them? Little, I don't know, little go-kart things. I don't know. But let me know in the chat there. But they're a little pretty fun. And all-terrain vehicles, I guess. But look, they're having a good time. Triple Dad looking back at camera from the looks of it. So pretty awesome there. Internet Money Madness. Now, Internet Money, man, they're breaking, obviously, record chart. Have you seen the chart? Record-breaking chart with Time Token. And, of course, they're both a wallet and pretty much a DEX aggregator and a DEX. They make fees, and people share the fees if they got time. So they're really, really, really doing really well. They've hit over 91,700 downloads now. That's crazy. Averaging 203 downloads per day and on track to exceed 100,000 downloads for 2025. And the one thing I want to say about Internet Money is that they're accelerating. Their numbers are accelerating, guys. Even we know when PulseChain wasn't doing much, we were on a downtrend. They've been accelerating. So this is a really positive sign. And we also know that people are doing innovative things, to do, tackling TikTok, X and stuff like that to get a lot of new people. So really cool. We've got the marketing coming up. So really exciting stuff there. And of course, KG's out there doing a lot of X spaces with Change Now and Qcoin and things like that. So really, raising the profile, not only of Internet Money, but PulseChain as well. So pretty cool there. Crypto Solve. Now we've got at least probably 3, maybe 4 analytical guys that do analytical reports on PulseChain. Crypto Solve was one of those. He posted updates on the bridge activity in August with the real TVL going up by 5.4 million, while Tornado cash funds still sit there in the bridge. So this $4 million or so that's sitting there. And I'm not sure if any of it's moved yet. So people talking about God mode candles or something like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, TVL gone up. So I think the money over the August was pretty much flat in total money. But the actual stablecoin and bridges stuff that was of value was up 5.4 million because of course, Hex was down, right? So that was the real transfer there. That's kind of what that means by real total value locked, the real stuff coming over these stablecoins and stuff. So that was kind of cool over that month. Coin Market League. Obviously, this is one of these ranking sites. This is week number 35. We've had this in the monster thread a couple of times, I think. But this week, of course, Hex came in at number 2. Well, it should be number 1, right? Because we got pumped today, 10,000X. So maybe it's going to be number 1 next week in week 36. But that's from CML Crypto. And that's got a pretty good coverage, 14,000 followers there. So it's a pretty good little niche player there. So it's kind of cool. Now, this is something that really took me off guard here was Georgia meets Futurama. Georgia Carrera, who's been in the show, in the Monster Thread before, eating peaches and cool things like that. She's such a fun person, and she's called the Queen of Hearts. And she interviewed Futurama superstar producer Lee Supersinski, and that was awesome. Look at that. Is that pretty cool or what? That is pretty cool. I think that was pretty neat there. So fantastic. Look at that. That is Lee on the right there from Futurama. For a lot of you watch that show, that is pretty cool. One of the big popular shows there. The other thing, of course, we had Liberty Swap upgrades, released major upgrades on onboarding PulseChain via ZKP2. Of course, they got a big follow there of 13,500 with cards, bank transfers, payment apps, and of course, they also added 15K limits per transactions. So Liberty Swap really offering huge support there. Now, 15K limits, I mean, that suits people, 99% of people that would suit with 15K limits, only keeping the very biggest whales wanting bigger, amounts, 50 million, 50,000, 100,000, for example, depending on what they're doing at any particular time. But pretty awesome, right? That is very cool. Eric promotes PulseChain, which has kind of shocked the market, right? So Eric there, pretty much the antagonist there, troll demon. He calls himself. That's pretty good name. If Jack Levin is the vampire, then Eric Wall is the troll demon. That suits pretty well. Eric Wall there shared a post. Somi, you also have Fred Somi, of course. Shared a post of Eric Wall recommending PulseChain to Billy M2, who's got 2.2 million followers there. So that was pretty cool. The dumbass who made Dogecoin there. How about that? So that is pretty cool. And yeah, I thought he was supposed to, mock and hate PulseChain, but there we go. He's advocating for PulseChain. So I think he plays a bit of a double-edged sword there, the old Eric Wall, as something awesome not many people know about, but surprised the community indeed. So there we go. Now, Gladiators in Paradise. Now, I told you guys we're actually getting, I think, gaming on PulseChain has been very small, right? Very small. Very limited options, like really, I mean, hardly anything out there. We've had obviously covered Mafia game. We've had, a previous game before that, but really getting gaming on PulseChain has been a slow grind. But I think we're starting to see it start to have that first sort of sprouting. And here we got Crypto Hitman, of course, from Crypto Paradise, who I've just talked about. Is one of the biggest and most consistent teams out there, doing an amazing job. Real role models for everybody to follow. They do a lot of great stuff. They uploaded a video showcasing a new P2Earn, basically a play-to-earn game being developed on PulseChain, a free skill-based gladiator-style game fighting game entitled, of course, from Glad Games there. And it's called Gladiator Games, and they've got their token is called Rome. The token is called Rome there. So watch out for those guys. That's going to be I think, as far as I know, a fast iterative development game, which is only just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, like real fast. So keep a look out for that. And it's gone through the roof. So the Rome token's on the move, and this game looks like it could be really, really, really huge, really cool. So if you like Rome, you like Gladiators, you like that sort of stuff, this is awesome to play. Now, the other big thing, of course, we saw Cabano back, and a big lineup here amongst PulseChain influencers. We had Exologist, Captain RG3, Big Kowalski, Crypto Coffee, and they did a big show here. And I think RG3 and Crypto Coffee were actually delivering some of those devices or something in the van. But pretty cool. So big show there, and they covered PulseChain mega marketing. So obviously marketing being a really big theme here. We saw another one back up here, didn't we? With RH Max talking about marketing as well. So it's been a huge discussion about the promotional marketing, as you're not surprised. The other big thing is PulseChain badges. Some of you may not aware, but people on X get PulseChain badges. I think participating with Maddie Allen, and maybe Fast Abdul's got something to do with it, but shared a post showing PulseChain conference PulseChain badges, and those people that have the badges have driven over 1 billion impressions on X in the past year. Isn't that fantastic? So that's really huge there, and that was a big piece of news there. Gary gears up. Corey Gary, man, he does a lot of stuff, and he made the news this week. Held the Labor Day Marketing Madness. Obviously, we talked about a lot of people covering Labor Day, marketing on PulseChain with the promotions ramping up. Labor Day Marketing Madness PulseChain stream, sharing his insights on Pulse market and PulseChain. So big shout out to Corey Geary out there. Really is doing a lot of content, and really great to see him in the Monster Thread. Crypto Crazy Tour, Liquid Loans, Mr. Crypto Crazy, the CEO, went on a crypto conferences tour. He was at WebX 2025, Bitcoin Conference Asia, and Taipei Week on behalf of Liquid Loans, doing some particular topics, and no doubt promoting PulseChain at all those. So pretty exciting. Also, we had was it Asians for PulseChain? I think it's what they call themselves. Also there as well. So one of these, I think it was at either Bitcoin Conference or Taipei Week. So that was huge, right? It's huge conferences, and great to see them there. So it's kind of cool. I think who we kind of seen at conferences, quite a few people really, but we could do a lot more of them in PulseChain community, and it's great to see that theme starting to run up. PulseChain t-shirt galore. PulseChain store giving away another massive campaign of t-shirts. So you can actually get one now. You can hit the link and go and try and get yourself a free t-shirt, and that is it there right now. Hex PulseChain. So big shout out to PulseChain store for that. So that is another thing that made the news, because it's huge. It's going to be massive, and of course, perfect timing with the promotions. People can get free t-shirts and share with their family and friends. Now, we obviously talked a bit earlier about the CoinWell. CoinWell, Rack and Michelle's been sort of doing teasers leading up into this big announcement. And of course, we've got the launch coming in Q4. No doubt it's probably going to be in September, October. Probably October is my guess, given where we are. Rack and Michelle dropped a CoinWell and CoinArchy video teaser showcasing its brand new portfolio tracker, amongst many other features. And it's going to be a big deal there, I think, for PulseChain. So that is all the news in the Monster Thread number 18, week number 18. So you would have caught up on all that now. We did have some honorable mentions with DJ Cryptomatic. He did a triple show this week, guys. He did Soul Show, he did a country show, and a house music show. The guy is too talented. and that is DJ Cryptomatic. And then you can go check it out. Absolutely amazing. He's got a very popular show. It looks very, very cool. So big shout out to DJ Cryptomatic. We also had our crypto as well. Has been doing was it a 12-week? Maybe a 12-week trial. I can't remember exact 10 or 12 weeks. He's on week number 7 now of the Hex Stake Challenge. So it's pretty cool. And then we got Ben Sierra, another one of the analytical influencers, does analytical reports. He did his final part of the Hex July report. And of course, he was showcased last week in Monster number 17. So pretty awesome stuff there. That is all the cool people. Look, I've gone 5 minutes over time, but we're going to quickly go through a lot of the hottest projects on PulseChain right now. And we got obviously this new game from Gladiator Games. So it's great. We need games on PulseChain, and we really lacked having them. So having Gladiator Games come, perfect timing, perfect place there. And the Rome token there is doing extremely well. So you definitely got to check that out. Mortal Kombat style battles. So just take that if you want to get the key idea. Real-time skill-based fights. And of course, this game's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. They're doing very fast releases. So that's the expectation from a Gladiator game. So big shout out to them, doing awesome stuff. We're looking forward to it. And you can obviously pick up the Rome token right now. Pretty awesome. And play the game. You can play the game right now. So get out there. It's on got a free mode as well as I think a paid mode. I don't think the paid mode is operating, but you definitely check it out. And this is their latest video they just launched. So pretty cool. Badass, right? Badass. So PulseChain, man, we're getting in the games. For you gamers out there, some of the gameplay right now looking pretty good. So check that out. We'll probably do some of this playing on the live stream. We'll definitely do some of that. But pretty awesome. Yeah, look at that. Woohoo! So game on. It's going to be pretty awesome. The other one, of course, is that Hog Chapter 12. We showcased this last week in Heart with Dog, synonymous, of course, with PulseChain, following the story of Hog himself, the main character, and of course, lots of other characters in there who include PulseChain influencers, community people, celebrities, lots of people in this. There's going to be over 100 chapters, and we're on Chapter 12 now, Unleashing the Eye of the Tigers. And this is the final training for Hog to do the rematch coming up against Conor McGregor, who might end up being the Prime Minister of Ireland if they don't cheat him out of it. The globalists are trying to cheat him out of it, but that's pretty cool. So we're going to see. Look at this artwork, guys. Look at this artwork. Look at this stuff, man. This stuff is next level. The voiceovers as well. I mean, come on, guys. This is absolutely amazing. These guys, the story is awesome. The story arcs. This is I think they've been drinking some really magical alcohol, and they go crazy night there. But that's Hog. Hog is also on the move, the Hog token, so you got to check that out as well. See what I mean? Look at this stuff we got on PulseChain, man. We're getting games now, really quality games. We've got the anime series that's going to be pretty much going along with PulseChain as we go through the bull market. We are in such a lucky chain, guys. It is so good. So big shout there. Look at this stuff, man. Look at this stuff. This is crazy. Look at this stuff. It is insane. Look at this. Woohoo! I love it. Yeah. Awesome. That is pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. So these are two influencers in crypto, right? Tiger Crypto God, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And Mr. Wu as well, so comedian on PulseChain. So that's crazy, right? So they're all in. Everyone's in it, folks. Something for everybody. Check it out. That is amazing from Artwood Dog. Now, Radon, of course, is offering EDI stablecoins and, of course, high APR farms, which is pretty cool. I must say the Envy farms look pretty good. We're talking about 250 to 500% in the old BDI. And this is the first. BDI is pretty interesting because it's the first what I call unbreakable stability or anchored gains. That's right. Yeah, it's got anchored gains on PulseChain, the first anchored asset. So it's pretty cool. So you can check that out. It's got a little reflection tax in it as well, but BDI and Radon. And of course, Crypto Bro leads this project. Amazing job there. So check that out. Pretty awesome stuff there from Radon. So high yield farms on Nexian farms, which we're going to be talking more about in the future. This is new too. So you thought we had one game that we're talking about at the moment, but we got another game, guys. I said to it. I guess the main game out there was what? Mafia game, which is not fully launched yet, right? Hasn't gone to death mode yet. But now we've got Gladiator games, and look at this, guys. We've got Giza games as well. It's coming. Not launched yet, but it's coming. Giza game is the next big game on PulseChain, guys. Woo! Dive in the Giza game. So if you're gamers out there, man, we need gaming on PulseChain, and we really didn't have much of it. So we're really starting to get the beginning, I think, of a whole wave of games. So it's pretty cool. Step into the world of Giza, the gentleman enforcer on PulseChain, built for longevity with a dual token system. And of course, they've already paired up with Peacock, so they're already on a winning move there. They've got the game model here. Look at this. So they're going to have a dual token system, NFTs and marketplace guys coming, buyback and burn, seasonal pass, and memberships, which I think is an excellent idea. And guess what? This is another Mafia game. So we already got Mafia from Jacob. Now we've got this game here. And is this going to be out before the final death blow for when Mafia moves from Jacob's Mafia's game moves to killing? Is this going to be out before that? I mean, come on. This is interesting competition on PulseChain. Farming and staking, you're going to be able to stake Giza as well for in-game rewards and progression boosts. So really love it. This is what crypto's all about, getting it into gaming and making gaming better, right? This convergence between gaming and crypto has really taken a long time to get there. And now we're getting some really cool stuff here. They're going to have cosmetics and skins as well, Mafia outfits, awesome stuff. They're going to have playable NFTs, character, weapons, gear. So all the things are going to be NFTs. It's going to be awesome. Power boosts and upgrades, limited use boosts coming. Family pass, apparently family pass, their battle pass. Seasonal rewards, exclusive drops, and early access, and token syncs as well. Purchase funnel and buybacks into Liberty Swap, a treasury potentially. I'm not sure whether these guys got something going on with Liberty Swap, but definitely it looks there. And look, Q4, the roadmap's coming up there. They're going to have the Legend of Giza lore drop, so it's going to find the backstory to this whole thing. They're going to have the full game launch as well, so that's coming up Q3, Q4. Keep a lookout for that in the next month or two. They're going to have farming, ops, and community contests and partnerships there. So another game, guys, is coming to PulseChain, and that is Giza. Giza is coming. So Mafia game from the looks of it, pretty exciting. So check that out as well. They got a cool little video as well. This is their first little movie. I tell you what, man, things are really starting to ramp up on PulseChain. Gaming. And I don't know, I've probably said this before, but I've been waiting for a really good gaming game on here, and now we're getting a couple of options, and no doubt is this the start of something big, something blowing up. Pretty awesome. So check it all out. That's the whole movie there. Check out the movie. I'm going to play it now, but check it out. Yeah, you can see some of the cool stuff there going on. Pretty cool. Now, the other big thing, of course, we had is Pulse Bitcoin from, of course, Fat Sammy. Fat Sammy, of course, a well-known influencer in the Pulse chain, and, of course, growing every day, doing really consistent streams as well. So we need more of those, and Fat Sammy has stood up for that, and, of course, has led this council, this Pulse Bitcoin Council. I don't know how many of you know, but there's a bit of a Pulse Bitcoin Council. It's got some pretty big names on it. And some big players as well in the Pulse chain, and they are leading a surge on the old Pulse Bitcoin there. So pretty awesome. Pulse Bitcoin gets broken down by Fat Sammy. He's got a cool story chart here showing the different phases and aspects of Pulse Bitcoin, both on I think it's on Ethereum, this one, but also covering Pulse chain as well. There's obviously Pulse Bitcoin is on both Ethereum and Pulse chain, and also he's doing a lot of live shows now, which is awesome. We need more streamers to be doing regular shows, and he's the latest one to step up to that. So big shout out to Fat Sammy. And of course, he just did another one there on the bear market predictions. So definitely check out his live shows there. Awesome stuff. And of course, you can pick up some Pulse Bitcoin if you're keen as well. Now, Pulse Bitcoin, remember, is like a digital version of the real Bitcoin, but done through digital, and it has halvings and everything else, but it's done faster, along with another token called ASIC token, which is used as a miner. So pretty cool in there. And you can see some of the videos there with his co-host, Vin Luck, who's extremely knowledgeable about the markets as well. So definitely check it out. Big shout out to Fat Sammy there. The other one, of course, is RhinoFi. Now, we've been talking about really unique, DeFi on PulseChain. RhinoFi has this recharge system, and I talked about that earlier in the market review. But RhinoFi recharge cycle is really, I think, going to shock people because it's been performing really well. They've been really accumulating a lot of Pulse in that treasury, and going to be using, we saw Sparta, using Hex in the treasury. Well, this one they're using Pulse, right? And that thing's really charging really well. We can see some of the basic stuff here: 28-day recharging, dynamic sell tax, multi-token reflections as well, top 100 lotteries, etc. So pretty awesome, and it is working very well at the moment. Nice little price entry at the moment at this stage as well. Yeah, and I think they hit almost 500 members as well in their stuff. So definitely check out RhinoFi. You can see they've got a really good interview here with Ali Kane on the Blaze channel. And I love the little rhino hat there. I don't know why, I just like it a lot. But big shout out to Derek and Jolly Roger, both leaders in their project, and they're really onto something there with the old recharge tokenomics. I think finally, is this the final one? Yeah, finally is Crypto Paradise, who, I can't say enough good things about. Crypto Paradise, man, they crush it every single day. They're the other big channel that does daily shows besides the Kryptonite show. And they are doing amazing job there. So big shout out to Nate, Nick, and Amaru. And of course, they've been covering some good stuff there around the markets. They also, do some crossover content as well, like I do, around Tom Lee and other stuff like that. But definitely getting some big, people are noticing, like Somi, talking about Crypto Paradise as well and all the good work they're doing. But Surf Token right now, what a great entry. And we saw a bit of a pump on that starting to happen. But they've got a big marketing campaign coming up. And they've got lots of partnerships and things like that. So check it out. 200,000 Surf to get in the DAO, getting some of those access to some of those perks. Also, they've got a whole different number of categories for the DAO, but Surf Token there looking pretty good. So big shout out to Surf Paradise, the other big show that does daily shows on PulseChain. So big shout out to them. So that is the monster thread, guys, and it is a monster indeed, number 18. And look, week after week, the monster thread keeps coming out, and it is pretty much the PulseChain newsletter now, the news for PulseChain, as well as covering some of the hottest projects on PulseChain that a lot of people don't hear about, but they hear about it all now, including, of course, the revolution there in the gaming starting to really blow up on PulseChain. So awesome stuff. So many quality people doing quality stuff. It is really, really exciting. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. It was a pleasure to go through. Let's see what other comments here. I'm way past time now. I'm now in 46 minutes. But hey, it's PulseChain. It's addictive. It's addictive. What else we got? We got a couple of comments in the house. So let's go back up here to finish off the show. Let's see who's here. If you're new to the show, don't forget to hit the follow button. And of course, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't gotten to Strategy Club, links in the video description on YouTube. And you'll have to look at the profile on X and join up today for Strategy Up, only $35 a month. And I will get the monthly report out today. Unfortunately, I've been a little bit busy over the last couple of days. So it's delayed me a little bit. Let's see who's dumped in here. We've got a few other people coming in. They got, I think we're going to Sandy Beach. Happy belated birthday, Brennan. Yeah, happy birthday to you, Brennan. I think we shouted them out yesterday in the Discord or something. Hey, Superman, everybody. Big shout out, Sandy Beach. And what else there? Sandy Beach, I noticed that you posted lots of different stuff on your X post. I look at it every week, and it's like lots of things I've never even seen before. So interesting stuff, Sandy. Interesting. What else there? We got a big thanks from Brennan. There we go. Lots of hugs and from Sandy Beach. Wookie says he was given a wooden spoon for a present, Sandy. Yeah, that's the Newcastle Knights came last of the table. They get a wooden spoon on the NRL. Awesome, Wookie. I guess that's better than a coal. It is. In his case, it is better. It is better. Hex Vader says Rome. Yeah, the Rome game. Gladiator games, man. If you like gaming, you like a little bit of Mortal Kombat, then yeah, it's going to be awesome. And look, it's just the beginning of the game. The game's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and better and better and better very fast. That's what I understand from good inside intel there. Where's the Lions? I don't think they have the Lions. Do they have a Lions in the NRL? No, I don't think they do. The little kitty cats. I'm here for the tech. Fast Abdul in the house there. Fast Abdul was showcased in the Monster Thread a couple of times, I think. So big shout out there, Fast Abdul. He's out and about on the PulseChain making moves. Not only as the founder and developer, doing many, many updates coming in as well, but also on a lot of streams. So check out Fast Abdul out there. And also, maybe he's the one that gives out those PulseChain badges. Maybe he is. Maybe he's the one that gives them out. There's a theory out there, Fast Abdul. There's a theory out there. We got Wookie as well. Cold in Newcastle is what we say down here. Yeah, that's probably true. Miss Beach from hi from Hexvader. There's a new Hexvader token out there too. Someone's taking a name Hexvader. They put a token out there. Grumpy's in the house there. I am here for the conspiracy tech. Hey, look, we're no drama channel. We try to keep away from the conspiracy stuff as best as we can. What else we got? Hello. Sandy Beach, they're having a lot of fun there. Derek's in the house there from Rhinify. How are we doing tonight? Very good, Derek. I just covered Rhinify. In fact, I covered you twice in the show on the market update and in the monster thread. So big shout out to Derek. And of course, they've been on recent live streams themselves. So big shout out to the Derek and the Rhinify team. Crushing it. That was 7 months ago. So it must have been pretty similar to when I was actually covering it, actually. Sandy Beach says, I love the news. I'm tagged a lot, says Sandy Beach. You are, because you're popular. You're popular, Sandy. Sandy's one of the biggest female PulseChain influencers that we have out there. So big shout out, Sandy. Keep up the great work. I'm branching out. Yeah, I saw that. I saw your content's very different from the last few months. Rocky in the house as well. What is it? I'll leave this community, then I come back and leave and come back and leave and come back. You're still here. Cheers, mate. I appreciate that, Rocky. I am indeed. Day in bear market or bull market. Yeah, I'm here. Derek's in the house there. Thank you, sir. You're most welcome, Derek. Keep up the great work. And if you haven't seen Derek, he's a great guy, and he's great at covering Rhinofied too. All right, so I think that we're up to now 50 minutes, guys. I think that's it for the stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Once again, big shout out to MVS Crypto, the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread, also the promotional lead of the Crypto Night Show. And as you guys know, we love PulseChain, and we're doing our best to help PulseChain win as well. So 8 p.m. daily Eastern shows. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to share the channel around. It really does help. And you guys know I cover everything on here, and it's a full coverage show. So daily 8 p.m. Eastern. Unless I have to take a couple of days off because there's too much noise around the studio. That's pretty much it. Is the Monster Thread right there. And if you want to join up to Strategy Club, I think we've got the link up here somewhere. I've probably got the link somewhere. Maybe Wookie's link. Or the link's in the video description of Strategy Club as well. All right, I think that's it. Shall we finish the show? I think we should. Let's play out one more video, shall we? What video are we going to play? Let's do Tom Lee's video because it was so bullish. Let's do it.
Hey, Tom, Bitcoin, before we let you go, tell us what you think. We're at about $111,000. The upside, the downside from here?
Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies like Ethereum are super sensitive to monetary policy. So I think that September 17th is an important catalyst. Crypto typically does really well in the fourth quarter. So I think Bitcoin can easily get to 200,000 before year end. I know it's a big move. It's almost a double. But that's also going to be
a double from here. Let's just hold on. Let's just take a quick pause. A double from here. So everybody's listening to this. We're at $111,000, and you think by Christmas time, effectively, we could be at 200,000?
That's right. One of the reasons Bitcoin stalled this year is the Fed's been on pause for 9 months. That pause all year, if you look at an easing cycle, that's only happened 2 other times, in 1998 and 2024, where the Fed began to resume cuts in the fourth quarter in September. Equities do really well. As you know, crypto is beta to equity. So I think it's going to be a very strong fourth quarter. Small caps should also rally, like IWM, but that also is really bullish for Ethereum, which is highly linked to small caps.
So I feel bullish, guys. Tom Lee, I think is probably pretty much the best guy in the game. Stock market, crypto crossover, and talking about a 2x in Bitcoin. So what will Ethereum be? As you guys know, he's had targets around minimum 8K, 15, 16K for the end of the year. And that's not top of the cycle. He's been talking about 30, 60K. It is game on, and it's exciting times. Now, Michael Saylor, of course, also chimed in, so we're going to end it with that as well. And then we might have a little surprise at the end, which you guys probably know what it is. So there we go.
Check out price of Bitcoin this morning. The cryptocurrency up over 100% this year. Joining us right now is Bitcoin bull Michael Saylor, strategy executive chairman. You know him from MicroStrategy. People are still getting those names, figured out. So we had Tom Lee on the broadcast. I don't know if you saw this earlier today. And he effectively said Bitcoin at $111,000 is headed to $200,000 effectively by Christmas. What do you think of that?
Well, most of the equity analysts that follow our stock have target prices for Bitcoin, and they're all north of 150. Bitcoin represents a digital transformation of the capital markets, and so the more people know about it, the more they get educated on it, the more companies embrace it, the higher it goes. You can't make any more of it.
Right. That may be all, but in terms of just what you're seeing.
So, interest rate cut 17th September, game on. Bitcoin pumps, Ethereum pumps. The acquisition vehicles keep buying more Ethereum. It's game on. It's game on. We might hear stuff from the US government buying sovereign states, everything else. It really is going to be a fun end of the year, like we've probably never seen before. Absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's going to be awesome. And you never know. I'm not saying it's going to be next week, but maybe we might get one of these as well.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
All right. I'll catch you guys later on. And Brendan's final words. I enjoyed the stream besides the night's slander. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, congratulations, everybody. We're not too far away, man, from the banana part of the market. It is very, very close indeed. So make sure you've got your bags packed with all the good stuff. And we'll see you in the Strategy Club. Links in the video description at the top of the profile next. And catch you then. Bye for now.